Thanks for joining once again. So we're going live on Instagram now, and the topic is the development of Africa playing our role as young leaders. So we're going to be having Mr. Timothy. I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name well, please. Okay. So, so I'm going to send in him link right now, and then he will join us. He will join us now. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but keep. Okay. 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 Join. Thanks so much, sir. So we'll be having him right now, and then we're good to go. Well, sir.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Doing great, sir. I'm doing great. What's up for accepting my invitation? I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It seems okay. I can hear you. Okay, very good. So I read your profile already. So I think the future is yours, sir, and you are ready to learn from you. A lot of young people actually waiting to actually learn from you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks so much. Okay. Okay, sir. So the topic is the development of Africa, the role of every young leader. And one of the reasons why I decided to put up this topic was because of a lot of young people got in touch with me, America, and Africa, it has for Africa to do, and everything is hard and everything. And so I thought that one person can change all of the narrative of Africa at large at once. So each individual, every young leader has to understand their role and then play their role. So I thought I should have someone who is done so much in that sector in making himself known as an African product. So which I decided to contact you, and thanks so much for accepting my invitation. So you can share your experience at the same time. Yeah. So I have my pen with me.
Okay. Yeah, hi, good afternoon, Miracle, and good afternoon, each and every one of you. It's evening. I am Mark Everton Mofe, the founder of African Economic Merit Awards. It's a Pan-African organization that has traveled well to bring together 17 African countries, which last year, 2020, last year, 2020, we had Lesotho join, which is 18 African countries right now. Now, the role that we have been able to play, it started here from Nigeria by not just jumping the gun to go ahead and develop other countries in Africa, but by starting contributing in agri-education over here in Nigeria, by giving out to people, creating workshops, and also building channels where people can benefit from small grants from different organizations by helping youth to do that. Now, what we have been able to do as an organization and myself is making sure that we as Africans, we are seen and we are heard as people that are productive. And the young, we have a lot of, like what they say, this generation, that there are a lot of young people who are not actually taking things and doing things to impact the world. But I am highly convinced that we have more of young leaders in this generation that are affecting their areas of growth, areas of interest positively. Now, way back in those days, we had more people in politics. Without politics, your life can be shaped, because all the decision that shapes you and I's life, if you're running an NGO, you're running a business, it's carved by politics, by governments, by government policies and programs. Now, what we have been able to do is building better education in communities, grassroots communities, by working with local NGOs, site local NGOs as well, by also giving grants to small businesses to build better business environment for them. Successfully as well, linking young entrepreneurs with successful businessmen and women. So the development of Africa as a young leader, it's making sure that other leaders, that other young leaders or aspiring young leaders are able to see that whatever or wherever or the situation you are, you should be able to impact. It's not as if we have so much, but with the little we have been able to say, no, if we do not do anything, that means we will be a stagnant continent, we will be a stagnant nation. I have met with different leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, traditional leaders, and this is one thing that each and every one of us keeps saying, which I say every time. It is for Africans not to see themselves as different people, but one people. If we can come together as Africans, work collectively, we'll build a better Africa for ourselves. Because if you go to South Africa, for instance, South Africans have their own complaint about the Nigerians. They have their complaints about the Zimbabweans. That's why we have the xenophobia. And based on the, just like in 2019, when we had our World Summit, we had a big problem with xenophobia. As a youth, working with young, amazing South Africans and also Zim and also Ghanaians, we had a big problem. Xenophobia came and robbed us of our program. But what did we do? We didn't give up. We made sure that we were able to like stay and push till the end, because we were trying to pass a message to build a better economy for Africa as a whole. Now, building a better economy for Africa, it is not just by saying we are giving people food to eat. No. By introducing policies and programs that can shape and guide the lives of African citizens as a whole, just like creating the free trade zone, whereby, you know, this is what we have been able, by pushing in, we have been able to like break down, like the last program we had, the online program we had, webinar, we had one of the best brains in Africa who attended, and were able to gather information and send to ECOWAS and African Union. Now, we know as an organization and also as a youth, there is a limit to what we can do, but it is unlimited how our voices can be heard.
Wow.
Now, for our voices to be heard, we had to put together this webinar to push our voice by introducing policies and programs. Nobody is an islander. Nobody knows everything. It's impossible. But if you're able to push this, and they look through what we have been able to gather, the information, because King Bungane said something, that there is a traditional cure to COVID-19, to coronavirus. He mentioned the leaves and the procedures of which you can use. And all this information has been sent to the African Union. There are people who also got infected by this virus and got healed or cured traditionally. So we have been able to pass information to create programs and policies. And I believe some of these policies and programs, by shaping the African leadership and also pushing for a better Africa, it's a formula that will work for Africa, not just for now, but for now, in the next 5 years, and in the next 20 years. Because for me, as a Nigerian who has been to over 19 African countries, we have the 1999 Constitution, which is being complained about every day of our living, every day of our existence. And it's being suggested that they should be reviewed for the betterment of the people and of the youth. Now, as a youth, I will say to everyone that is listening to me, there is one thing that you can actually do for yourself in
Mm.
the littlest way that you can do. Impacting your society wherever you find yourself. Try
Mm.
as much as possible, not just by giving uh, gifts or by giving handouts. No, handouts can only last as a stomach infrastructure. What are you doing beyond stomach infrastructure? Now, good and fine. We can say as a people that when there is hunger, you cannot listen to ideas. You cannot create ideas, which is the truth. But let me tell you the truth. What causes the hunger? Bad policies, bad
Hmm.
programs. So if we do not address all these issues, we will keep having a bad environment for our businesses, especially small businesses will suffer in Africa. Thank you very much.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't know if you have any further questions to ask.
No, no, I think it's getting interesting. I'm really listening. I'm listening. I've got another question
Okay.
for now.
Now, for instance, there are a lot of young beyond African Economic Merit Awards. There is an app that we're creating whereby we'll be able to give room for lots of young movie producers and content producers to come on board and be able to say, okay, I do not have access to the big platforms like Netflix, to the cinemas. We looked at it in a way, okay, how do we create a platform for young producers, young content producers? And we created for free. It's a platform whereby we spent a whole lot of money to build, and it's still being built to the final stage right now. But we realize that this is a thing that we have to do for the people, especially for the young youth. Now, if we want to criticize the government, we might end up uh, in a circle. The African government is doing their best. Oh, yeah, in different countries, they are doing their best. But what are we doing as individuals? It is to make sure we add value to the Nigerian economy or to the African economy, wherever we are. But before we started, don't forget what I said earlier on. Before we started going to other African countries, we made sure that we're able to add value in our own environment because, one, you have to remember where you are coming from. Yes, as a person or as a people, you have to remember where you are coming from. So your contribution to the development of Africa as a young leader should start from your own environment. It will go a long way.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you so very much. Thanks so much, sir. So, sir, we're going to have a few questions, and some of the questions
Please
I've
go.
actually got people were these. Some actually saying that they're in school. Some are saying they're in school, and like I have a friend right now who wants to actually develop herself. She has a business she wants to start, and at the same
Mhm.
time, she's not getting financial assistance from a parent that has to do with school. So she has a business she wants to start, and she's saying that why she should be thinking about impacting society when even she herself she has a problem on ground. So she's trying to ask that what do I do with such a person if I'm facing a challenge as an individual? How do I even impact in society with the little I actually have, even when it's not even enough for me as an individual?
Okay, let's not forget as human beings that we are. See, it's just the plain truth. Let's tell ourselves the plain truth. Before you get accepted to a certain place, you have to look presentable first. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, before you feed, or if I want to take it as a young leader spiritually, uh, when it's been written in the book that's in the Bible, Jesus fed so number of people. Do not forget that he was dealing in a spiritual being. He was in
Hmm.
the spirit. So physical hunger wasn't even part of him.
Wow.
So as a person with the limited resources you have, You want to build a business and you want to impart in people's life, those that do not have or those that are hoping for you to help them. Why not build a better business for yourself first? Let the business be producing good results and giving good. Don't forget, as a young person, when you are giving good service or services to people, it is advancing your community or your society. For instance, that is your own contribution. For instance, you are creating an enable environment by making sure that your street that you're doing your business is clean. If the street is clean, or the boulevard or wherever is clean, it's to your own credit. By the time you leave that environment, do you know what will happen? You will be missed so much because they will say, this environment is no more clean because so person has left this environment. So what does that mean? That is your own impact as a human being and as a leader. Now that doesn't depart from you. And don't forget, the impact is not just left within you. Other people will emulate that you have done to make sure that they keep that environment clean. So as this person that has asked this question, I will say to you, with these little resources you have, I think you should grow your business to a certain level that you know you are capable enough to impact other people. Because if you go bankrupt, it will affect you psychologically, mentally, physically, spiritually. So for you to get yourself together, please, as a young person aspiring to lead a certain number of people in your zone of vision, build your brand, push it out there. Make sure you build it genuinely, truthfully, and your credibility matters a lot when you have a golden name. It is better than anything that you can think of because it is your name, it is you, it is your face. So if it's been damaged, you might say, well, why don't I have the biggest money and have a bad name or have a bad reputation? Have you forgotten about your generation? It will come back and haunt them. So with the little less you have, the truth is, the day you will make it so big, the day the biggest of the resources will come for you, it will supersede all those years you have spent and waited genuinely and truthfully. But the power and the strength of being consistent matters a whole lot. It takes you to a different level of growth, a different level, because it is very easy when you are up there. Like, what I mean, it is very easy. When you're up there, to maintain that up, it is the hardest thing. Climbing, I say, it's very, very easy. But by the time you are there, can you maintain it? Can you maintain the growth? Now, how can you maintain the growth? How can you maintain that success at the very top? This is the teacher. The teacher is each and every lessons you learned while you were struggling to go up there. Yeah. All the lessons learned while growing up there. Because a lot of people do not say, okay, I don't mind, I don't want to learn it. But by the time you got there, there might be a whole lot of confusion. In 2012, I had an independent radio recognized by BBC Africa as one of the best independent radio in West Africa, sponsored by Techno and Glow Mobile.
Wow.
This independent radio was run for 2 years. Now, before running this, I had worked with communication outfits. I had built trust, and also I have built business relationships with dignified and trusted people that believed in me, that gave me the platform to say, yes, you can. Then I realized that it is time for me to go build mine. And I did it. I did it successfully. Not too long after then, I was able to get the platform to work in the media team for the former president. So it is a process of growth, and it is a process of learning as a young leader. And each and every day of our lives, as the role of young leaders in developing Africa. It doesn't end just with the numbers of people. If you have helped 1,000 people, how did you help them? If I
Hmm.
have helped 50 people, and these 50 people, the impact I have impacted in their lives is so, so far beyond imagination. Now, the 1,000 people that you have helped and given handouts will still come back for more handouts, but the 20 people or the 50 people are not more coming back for handouts. They are also giving out to other people because the impact is different. Let me give you an instance. In 2015, ending 2015, stroke 2016, I was in Kenya. I was invited by the former minister in Kenya, and I gave a speech on entrepreneurship. I spoke to young Kenyan leaders, smart minds, great people, amazing young youth. And the young lady walked up to me after and said, "Sir, you have given my life a new direction.
Hmm.
You have changed my life. I am very happy. Now I have a direction."
Hmm.
I felt goosebumps all over me. I was happy. And I said, "God, thank you. Lives have been touched."
Hmm.
Now, in 2019, yes, in 2019, I was on my way to South Africa at the Addis Ababa airport. I heard a young lady shouting, "Mr. McEver, Mr. McEver." I turned, and here comes same lady who had
Wow.
given hope, lost vision, and say, "Thank you very much, Mr. McEver. I am doing very better now. Now I own a big fashion outfit, and it's doing extremely well." I was so excited. I was grateful to God for the wisdom and all that. Now, you see, the impact doesn't just stop from one place or one
Hmm.
channel that you're building. It's beyond what you can ever imagine or any environment you find yourself. Try as much as possible as a young leader to push and make your own impact and make sure that the impact is replicable. What
Hmm.
stands you out, and that is what make you as a young uh, leader. Yeah. It is
Wow.
not all about the numbers. It is not
Wow.
all about the numbers. Yeah. It is about the impact, the weight of the impact in the lives of these people that matters.
Wow. Wow. There was something I got there which I'd like to repeat. You said, make sure your impact is replicable. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. So the next question is this. So, I'm in University of Lagos right now. One of the reasons I put up this was because of I saw a deficiency in the fact that young people like me lived their lives anyhow. And I was disturbed, and they were criticizing the government, but I felt, okay, what can I do about this? So I decided to put this up. And some of them came to meet me and said, Miracle, I don't know, I don't have anything. My parents just sent me to school, instead just to school to provide the money to do everything for me. But at the same time, Miracle, when I see you and I see what you're doing, I feel like it's something I can do. And the question they asked me is, Miracle, what can I do? Even when my parents told me to just focus on my school, I don't have any skills, but at the same time, I know I have passion to do something, but I don't know what I can actually do.
Now, um, this is a very important thing that I actually talk to people on a daily. What I mean on a daily, because the truth is this: every young person you meet, there is an influence,
Hmm.
societal influence, which is the pressure, societal pressure, peer pressure. Some happens to be parental pressure. How do you overcome this? It is very simple. This happened to me as a 14-year-old boy. I realized that the world is beyond, I want to become a pilot.
Hmm.
I realized the world is beyond, I need 100 million in my account, in pounds, in dollars, in naira. in yen, whatever it is. I realized that the world itself, nobody gives it to you except you create it. It's an avenue you create. Now, as a young person, if you're in school, if you're out of school, hoping to go back to school, have you ever taken a drawboard beyond what you are reading in school or studying in school? Ask yourself these very important questions. Do you have a vision board? Draw out a vision board. Who do I really want to be? What do I really want to be? My long-term vision? My short-term vision? When I fail in the short-term vision, can I bank on the long-term vision? When I am depressed with my short-term vision, can I bank on the long-term vision? Now, what is my mission as a human being at exact where I am right now? If you have this drafted out, mapped out, you read it because one, do not forget, this is a drawing board you have to visit every time. When you want to fall into depression, this is a healing moment for you. Run back to your vision board, your objectives, and one of the most certain and strong priority you should have on your vision board is your principles. What you want, what you do not want, what you want people to do to you, and what you want to do to people, and what you don't want people to do to you, and what you don't want to do to people so that they don't get hurt and so that you don't get hurt. If you have that, you're getting your life structured in getting to achieve your life. They are not just young people. That's the truth. Not just young people. There are lots of elderly people that do not have a vision board. And by the time they realize it, they are in their mid-50s. By the time they realize it, they are living a bitter and a confused life. Not just because there is no money, no. Because they do not know what next. What is the next plan? What is the next plan? Let me give you an instance. I will use the domestic example for this. It's like a family. Your wife is pregnant and she's to deliver in the 9th month. 3 months into pregnancy, as a man or as a family that you people are, not just the man's responsibility, it is the family's responsibility. The woman's responsibility, the man's responsibility. Everyone needs to be held accountable for this. The woman is pregnant, 3 months. You are not planning how the baby will be taken care of, how the hospital bill will be paid. Nobody's talking. 4th month, no one is saying anything. But do not forget, everyone is eating in the house. The 5th month, the 7th month, the 8th month, even on the 9th month, the day 9th month, nobody is saying anything. But each and everyone is swallowing food in the house, forgetting that there is a hospital bill to pay. God has given you a long period of time to plan for that child and to plan for yourself, but you ignore the process. Then on the day of the delivery, the man starts running helter-skelter. The wife starts begging the nurses and the doctors. Now that is the highest height of irresponsibility of not planning earlier. So for the young person that asks this question, take this as an example for your life. You own your life. Your parents do not own your life. They only define and help you and guide you to build a solid life for the environment that you will find yourself. Because the quality of your life depends on where you are coming from as well. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. But that question was really broken down into pieces, and I believe he's actually listening to this right now. So, so the last question I actually want to ask is this before we come to the end of this section. I, I think there's a lot of things happening here in Nigeria, a lot of things happening in Nigeria, and people are discouraged, and most especially young people are actually very discouraged because sometimes when we look at it, we think that there is no way, like there is no way that things can change. There's no way things can change. So young people who have not really changed their mindset think that it's not possible for things something good to happen to Nigeria and even Africa. So, what advice would you give to young people that are actually going to watch this and those that are watching now, how they can make their life better, even in the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of all the lack of proper leadership and proper good governance? What advice would you give to young people?
Okay. The situation we are, not just in Nigeria, as Africa as a whole, um, there is a deterioration in value.
Wow.
Yes. And there is uh, there is a great want for money than education. I will I will ask each and everyone. I'll ask each and everyone as much as possible back to their root, which is education. Get a better education for yourself as a human being. And aside this, there is what I believe that they can actually put in their mind to help themselves grow and live a better life by living truthfully and by being truthful to themselves and by making sure that truthfully live a better life environment for themselves and live a better life truly. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really, really grateful.
Thank
And I
you.
think someone's made a comment. Let me read that. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So your comments were nice. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so does anyone have a question before we let our speaker lead now? Thank you so much. I would like to say a very big thank you for accepting this invitation and for sharing your
Thank you.
wisdom. I'm really
Thank
grateful.
you.
Really, sir. Really, really grateful. Okay, since we don't have any question, I think we will let our speaker lead now. But sir, before you leave, um, this last I tell every speaker who leaves, is this what they call last words? What is the last thing you want every young person to know? You've been to over 20 African countries. What is that one word you want every young person to take along? If they've not heard anything at all, just one word.
Be be truthful to yourself.
Mm.
Uh, respect those that are ahead of you, and you will go a very long way. Respect those that are ahead of you, and
Hmm.
try as much as possible to help those that are less privileged.
Hmm.
It's a good language. Yes. Thank you very much, Miracle. It's nice being here. I have to run.
No
Thank you
problem,
so
sir. No problem.
much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much. We're very grateful, sir.
you.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye. Okay, thanks so very much for everyone who's joining. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Thank you to Kosi. Thank you to Dehana. Thank you to Mr. Pido Live. Thank you so much, sir. We're very grateful. So next session we're going to be having Mr. Tokpe. Yeah, he was speaking about the power the use of entertainment for national development. So I hope to see you guys there next Saturdays. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope this has blessed someone. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Not let's say next Saturday. Okay, bye. See you guys. Bye.